bargain. Now we're going downriver. The stops are on the right hand side. You can all move freely about. Just keep an eye on the children, parents. Watch them on the stairs and the side entries. If the children are good children, and they usually are good children, they get to blow the ferry whistle. They get to pull a little string here and go two. We might give this one a go. If the kids pull the whistle like that and go two, parents take photographs of them, ka-ching, ka-ching, and then they put them on eBay, ka-ching, ka-ching. I mean, not suggesting any here, of course, but I put my daughters on eBay, they always come back for more money. Facebook, I think it is. Instagram. This afternoon it's going to be... I am going to play Wonderful Bird Bacharach music. Songs like We've Only Just Begun by the Carpenters. That's from 4:30 onwards. We'll also play some Paul McCartney and might even throw in Kamal for good measure. I haven't heard Kamal sing since the Mike Walsh show. That's happening this afternoon. The 5:15 out of here with Fleetwood Mac. 6 o'clock Pink Floyd. Hope you can make it back to the happy vibes. Sit back now, move freely about, sitting down when we hit the sandbar and jetties. And of course, if an emergency happens today and we run on time, just remain calm. But we're getting sucked down now river with the flow, folks. You can feel the acceleration as we fly down the Noosa River.
Yeah, that's all that's left.
We can sit back, enjoy our wonderful cruise.
How many years?
It only went down about 2 months ago.
2 months ago?
Yeah.
Is the passengers okay?
Yep. Nobody was on it.
Ah, okay. That's good.
Some of them look like houses, don't they?
Yeah. All the boats.
Nice houses to the right. You notice those houses on the right over there, multi-storey, for good reason. When the river floods, it goes across the road in several places, and people living over there simply walk upstairs and fish off the balconies. So they got themselves sorted. Our last time this river flooded was 11 years ago because it rained 660 millimetres or 2 feet in a day. That's rain. We have a sad story about our local pelicans over here on that concrete jetty. He says a whole squadron of pelicans, cormorants, skulls, they're all waiting for the trawlers to return with prawns. No one's told them that the fish cove was bulldozed 3 years ago. They're still waiting. It's cruel, isn't it? It's in their psyche, their DNA. Thomas must have bought the co-op for $3 million, didn't like the smell, so he bulldozed it. He's just sitting on the block, you know. He sells it for 6, he doubles his money. Back in the years of prawning days in '61, they pulled over 400,000 kilograms of prawns out of this river. That's a lot of prawns, folks. They still sell prawns these days in tackle shops for bait. Nothing of the quantities of those earlier years. Now we're coming up, we've got the yacht club, there's some hello sailboats being rigged up as we speak. Oh, it's a glorious day. I've got houseboats to the left of me and houseboats to the right, and here I am in the middle with you. You're not meant to anchor your houseboat on the river any more than 48 hours. We've had boats temporarily anchored on this river since the Second World War. No, they just stay here temporarily. Met a lady once, she said, I've had a boat on the river since the 1950s, but I should move it, but no one's asked me to. So she leaves it here. Anyway, there's something going down. Change is coming, folks. There's a change in the wind. The winds of change, that's the word. There's wind over that yacht club just quiet. Look at that flag logging away. It's a bit of a southwesterly, isn't it, folks? A bit cool. That's why it's so cool coming up from Mount Kosciuszko. Think of the wombats running around like little white snowballs. This canal special goes under those bridges into a lock system. It goes into what's called Noosa Water's Canal Development. That's your more affordable waterfront. Up there's about 1,100 properties, 700 on direct water. you might still get a block up there for about 1.5 million on the water, whereas back in the 1990s you pay about 100,000 for a block on the water. With a house, 2 million starting price, so a bit more affordable up there. This is the yacht club, and this is stop number 2. I guess we're all staying on board. We better have a whistle. Lower deck, staying on board. Everyone staying? Good answer. I just wanted to go past quick because I'm trying to turn back time. I'm trying to do a share. One of those things. If she could turn back time again, that's a new album.
That's what we got yesterday.
She was in Oz not long ago, wasn't she? She had orange hair. Gosh. Talked to the Prime Minister, she did. The playground over there, the natives look happy. Let's give them a whistle. Everyone's coping with the stress. Now the yacht club back there is open for lunch at midday. Forgot to mention that. Midday. Let's continue our mission downriver. Another story about another tennis player. This road is called Gympie Terrace, built in the 1920s. On the opening day of this road, they had about 1,000 blocks for sale. That's land over on the beach, and the company T&Berg who put the road in secured that land, and they were selling the blocks for £60 a block over on the beach in 1929. Now Pat Rafter bought a joint from another tennis player, Thomas Muster again. He paid $9.5 million for his block in 2009, I think it was. And it was 2 blocks with 1 shack. Pat bought a beautiful $4 or $5 million home on it, so it cost him about $14 million. And he tried to sell it for 2 years now. He's had it listed at $18 million. That's for 2 blocks of land with a house and a frangipani flower. Well, he finally sold it this year for $15 million, so there you go. Took a while. We all said that's got to be a record. Then the bloke down the road said, I want to sell my house because he had lots of bathrooms. 8 bathrooms and 6-bedroom house. Wasn't in there for long. He had it advertised. He put it on the market and sold it within 6 weeks. He advertised it at $22 million. 1 house. He got 18 for it. So there you go, folks. Moral of my whole story is we should have bought land over there in the 1920s, folks. This is the big pelican. This is central Noosa. You see the big bird through the trees there above the building. There he is. This is how you access that floating restaurant, which is open for lunch. Oh, you have a whistleblower? Little kid down the back. Yeah, bring up the young lady. Little Elizabeth, isn't it? Just here for Elizabeth. You ready, Elizabeth? Maybe together this lady will get a photograph of you. Hold the string there. On the count of 3. Just going to pull a whistle once on the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Big clap for young Elizabeth. I think she enjoyed that. Now, I'm going.